MG, what is it, my G? I'm back. Time is 5:36. I've been up for some time. Just been writing in my journal. I've got some nice berries on the firm, glass of water, and of course my iPad.
Other people's opinions.
And how do you overcome that?
By telling your mom to go fuck themselves. The truth in what I just said is so powerful. I have so much energy because I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I value other people's opinions of you. Why do I think you have that? Because you weren't given self-esteem as a kid. One of the biggest reasons I act like a big shot is because I want kids to become fans of me so that I can then become the shield for them to have confidence to do good things, not bad things. Because parents were so awesome. They never made me feel inferior. So many of you had a miserable, sad, negative parent who tried to impose their negativity on you. And misery loves company. And its greatest execution is parents on kids. Because I've seen what my grandma did to me. Then they're not talking about Ferraris and fucking gold watches. They're talking about hard work, humility, empathy, and kindness.
Love Gary Vee, man. Go and check out his latest post. But he is completely right, man. And I was one of them pricks. I own 3 Rolexes for completely the wrong reasons. If you own a Rolex, it's because you're insecure. How does one own a Rolex other than what other people think of them? I mean, that can be said for most designer goods. You know, I own Gucci shoes and everything I own is Ralph, because in my head, it's like, I was brought up in BHS and somehow I felt a failure. I couldn't have as a child. I overcompensated as an adult, and that has continued throughout my adult life. And spending way beyond my means, do you know what I mean? That's landed me in some real trouble, to be honest, you know? This big thing up in my head, how we're going to have matching Rolexes on our wedding day and our matching Cartier rings. And we did all of that bullshit, man. For what? For the Instagram photo. Where are them things now? Nowhere to be seen. Where's our love? All of these things that we think that we need, you know, consumerism has got us by the balls, and, you know, comparing ourselves to each other and, oh, if they've got one, they're in a nice car and da-da-da-da. It's all fucking bullshit, man. Mem Nun Kuf. With these letters, my impulses towards self-pity, retaliations and revenge are swept away. I see the victim's mentality as foundation of those feelings.
Hi, and welcome back to day 4. Now, a common bit of feedback when people are meditating, when they are going through.
Today I commit to contacting solicitor to resolve mum's affairs. Today I commit to light exercise after 2 strenuous days. Today I commit to reading another chapter of my book, which is Formula for Wealth. People ask me why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I've got sciatica. I take these suppositories, codeine in the afternoons, tramadol in the mornings, and then these when it gets really bad. I don't want to have to take any of this anymore, hence why I'm getting fit. Put And I'm out, and guess who is reading the paper? Man, like Dubs. It's looking like another glorious day, man. Let's have a little look. Yes, glorious. Wonder what the temperature is. I think I may have touched a nerve on the whole Rolex thing. A few people have inboxed me saying, I'm one of those people. Yeah, I was too. And obviously the reasons for you buying a Rolex and the reasons for me buying a Rolex completely different, do you know what I mean? I like to shop at Marks and Spencer's. I could go to Iceland, I could go to Lidl. Though, saying that, I now do get my fruit from the greengrocers. £11 as opposed to like 25 quid that I'd normally spend in Marks and Spencer's. So, progress, bruv. Slowly, slowly. So, do I need 6 pairs of running shoes? Probably not. Do I need Ralph Lauren everything? My justification is, oh, they do a big and tall range. It's the only thing that you look decent in. That was my justification for my insecurity. I'm a bit slimmer. I could probably shop at Primark now. £2.50 a t-shirt. Here we come. Who knows how much these are? 60, 70 quid? And that's in the sale. You get one full price, they're like £110, man. Waste of money. The thing is, I go to the States maybe once every 2 or 3 years, stock up and get them heavily discounted, both our stuff and the kids' stuff. JD doesn't really get anything. JD's pretty quite good. Like, it's me that buys all the bullshit. In the factory store, the coupons you get and the exchange rate, see all of the justifications I give myself? These are a bargain, absolute bargain. Even all my sleepwear and my dressing gown, Ralph Lauren. Back to the sciatica thing, I am in pain regardless. So a lot of people say to me, oh, how do you train with sciatica? Like, I just take a lot of painkillers and I'm going to be in pain anyway, so I may as well be in pain after exercise. Being active definitely helps, because when you do Pilates yesterday, for example, or yoga, or even the running sometimes, definitely when you do weights, it feels loose. It doesn't seize up like it normally does. Between hill sprints on Sunday, then that reformer Pilates yesterday, my calves are in absolute bits. Both yesterday evening and this morning. It's like, when Diddy wanted to go out on the scooter, I was like, please no, but I just stronged it, man, and went and did it for him. Day 325 today. It's only another 40 days and we're up to 1 year, man. What a journey. What an achievement, man. And this is where it all started. In the pitch, running around the pitch. Somebody got a bit too gratuitous at the gratitude bench. Oh, how times have changed, eh? What happened to drinking K or Diamond White and getting smashed, drinking it out of a McDonald's straw? Now it's all this bullshit. Don't even know what it is. Beats a bit of the Beatles live from the gratitude bench, man. Both my mum and my dad. My mum really likes that song from the Lennon tribute gig, and my dad was an avid Beatles fan as well, so the connection's there. It's his birthday next week, in fact, just before mum's funeral. Great idea. Not buy yourself anything for 6 months. Is that just like material things? Does that include books? Oh, I did that before, man, and that was tough. I'm up for trying it though. In that, between Cashflow Quadrant, The Universe Has Your Back, I've got a few Tony Robbins ones there I haven't read, and that new one that Claire got me, The Power of Emotions. I think I could do it, man. Should I try and not buy myself anything? I already bought Kabbalah strings, so that is coming. What about Coke Zeros? I was just about to order them, and I was like, do you know what, let me just get on the tap water, because that's like 60 quid, man. It's like £10 for 30 cans. The Coke Zero is like my vice. It's like, that's my little thing. Like, you guys have got coffee or glasses of wine or Coke Zero or Coke Zero Cherry. That's my thing. So maybe if I could, I was doing fizzy water, but now let's just do tap water. Saying that, I have got 3 or 4 cans left in the fridge. They are going to get done. But once they're done, let's try and do tap water. Let's see how long I last. But chocolate with tap water is going to be rank, man. Crisps and peanuts going to be rank without Coke. This is the thing, man, because I pair it up with so many things, lemon, Coke, or I can do fizzy water with a lemon, peanuts or lentil chips or hummus chips and Coke. It's the pairing up, man. Maybe what I'll do is tap water indoors, then if I go out to eat, then I can treat myself to a Coke, do it that way. Maybe a full fat Coke or a pint of Coke, because I really enjoy that, or Coke Zero, Pizza Express, or Diet Coke other places. So lovely to watch him reading the paper. It's not like reading the paper here, it's like reading one of the broadsheets, you know, like the big ones, the Telegraph or the Financial Times, because it's just a vast space. Not like reading the Sun. Oh, mate, you make friends. Did you make friends? Who's your friend? Boyfriend or girlfriend? You definitely back for both sides, don't you, you little tyke? Wow, it's completely white. That's so interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. At least it's not biting me. Put a big hoo-ha about the 240 quid about putting the ad in the Camden New Journal. Well, they've come back to me and said, pick us a winner. The ad. So they came back to me and said, oh, did you have a budget in mind? And I said, I'd be happy paying 80 quid. So he said, oh, let me ask my boss. So he's going to come back to me today and see if it can be done. Today is the last day. If they don't get in today, then it won't make Thursday's paper. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't happen, because I think everybody that knows does know. You know, between word of mouth and the internet now, print is kind of going out of fashion. But it would have been a fitting little tribute, you know, but not at that expense. Like, if they can make it work for our budget, then great. This Rolex thing is snowballing. Obviously, if it was bought as a gift, then there's not much you can do about it. But I think, personally, there's better uses of $5.5 grand. You know, I romanticised the whole thing back then. Looking back, it just weak. Let's put things into perspective. What use does a Rolex have? What value does it bring to your life? It tells the time, the date, the day, some of them. Other than that, looks pretty, right? Things into perspective, we don't even wear rings anymore. We don't need something there to tell other people, oh, well, he's taken or she's taken. You know, and if anyone gets funny about your partner taking off their wedding ring, you're weak. Society's got us all messed up on how things should be. Between, like, history, between, like even with the whole funeral stuff. And I was like, well, you know, what normally happens? And they're like, you can have whatever you want to happen. I'm like, yeah, but what normally happens? Insecurity. Into my dad's widowed ex-wife. And the best way to describe grief is being annoyed at giving yourself too much to do and trying to keep yourself busy. Whatever you do, you can't please yourself. In this perpetual mode of wanting to be useful, always trying to want to do something, either for the family or for my mum. And manufacturing things to do just so I can fulfill myself. It's so strange. I notice that there's always an underlying tension that can be brought to the surface pretty quickly. And you're all right doing things as long as it's your idea. Somebody else asks you to do something, then you think that they're inconveniencing you and you get annoyed. Oh, how lovely is that, man? I'm really missing work. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait to get back, to be honest, get back to some normality. But first things first, I've got a mountain of posts, man. All of the stuff from closing all of her accounts. Fun, fun, fun. Other news, I just had the Camden New Journal and they quoted me 11750. I was like, no, £80 is as much as I can do. What about £100? I was like, no, really, £80 is the maximum I can afford at the moment. Well, let me go and ask my manager. They're about to call me back. Fine, done. Camden New Journal, not done. Spoke to the solicitors, they're going to give me a call back. I think that's about as much as I can do. I think a little power nap is in order, man. I am a little bit shushed. All sorted. Mum is going in the Camden New Journal. So we acquiesced on £100. So, I mean, it's good to get it down from fucking 240, eh? They wanted 11750 and I was like, nah, I'll meet you halfway at 100. On the theme of not buying anything, somebody's recommended minimalism, which apparently is where you go a whole year without buying anything for yourself. So I'm going to give it a shot, man, and see what I pop.
I ever wanted. I had everything I was supposed to have. Everyone around me said, "You're successful." But really, I ever wanted. I had everything I was supposed to have. Everyone around me said, "You're successful." But really, there was this gaping void in my life. So I tried to fill that void the same way many people do, with stuff. Lots of stuff. I was filling the void.
That documentary's really thought-provoking, man, to the point that I was like thinking about all the stuff in my wardrobe. Luckily, running gear and running clothes are out of it, so I could still keep those, but food for thought, man. Just stick to doing one thing at a time. Either I'm not going to buy anything for myself for 6 months, or I'm going to give up Coke Zero, because too much too soon will just make me fall off the wagon. Small manageable changes is what's really worked for me, and I just need to stick to that. Stick to what you know.